Well, first I'll just kind of pan my orchard, part of my orchard here. As you can see, everything is definitely in bloom. We've got some work here, dealing with some weed issues, but folks, if you can at all help it, please, please don't spray your weeds with Roundup or anything like that. There are so many other options that you can use, like vinegar and water, burning it with a torch, so many different things, so many different options, and of course, with these things. Our hands. So get on your knees, start pulling, or get those torches out, or some spray with the vinegar and water that really works. And so thank you, MIBs and RBs. Thank you. But so as we're panning through, so let me kind of take you into, this is my first bed here, and you can see it is definitely fully loaded. And I'll just kind of take a quick walk here, and you can see I've got a couple of bare spots in here, and basically I just harvested several lettuces the other day, and I do have some cabbages growing here, and they did get a little bit too shaded. This frost blanket that I have this year is a little bit thicker than I'm used to. Much better quality. It's been lasting in the wind, so as you can see I still have it kind of up here, and that is basically just temporarily to kind of help with the wind protection. But I did, on some of these really cold nights, I had it down, and maybe a little bit too much this year. But you can see, I mean, this is like a conical type here of cabbage, and yeah, you can definitely see I've got a little bit of wind damage here. But hey, it's part of the package. But yeah, you can see this baby's doing real nice. And I apologize for the wind. There's just still a little breeze today, and we're supposed to get the winds later tonight. So again, I really apologize. But you can see I've got my wonderful fennel growing here, and I've got a little bit of thyme on those babies, so you can see. There you go. Sorry, that probably was not in focus, but there you go. Yeah, real nice and ferny. I do have this is a yellow Swiss chard that's growing with some big, beautiful leaves here. And again, I think it's a little bit shorter this year just because I had that frost blanket on a little bit too long. Kind of peek at my beautiful violet cauliflower that's coming out. And then I've got tons of chervil. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but chervil is a wonderful herb. It has sort of a kind of an anise flavor, and it is actually part of the famous French herbes de fines, I believe they call that. But it is wonderful, and it is a great companion plant for your brassicas. So it's doing a wonderful job. And here I've got some of my shallots coming up, and it's kind of funny. You can see how, like this thing, the little skin kind of sticks on it. So you just want to break those off a little bit and give them a chance. So you can see it was a little bit stuck there. And then I've got my wonderful machi here, and it's or aka corn salad, and this stuff is so delicious. It has a very nice nutty flavor, and you can see little fennel seedlings trying to come up here. And here is another conical type of cabbage, so it is doing wonderful, and it's a red variety, as you can see. I don't know if we can get in here and show you that. And then I've got some of the real pretty, this is not the lacinados, but this is, I forget the name of it right now, but it is a kind of a purplish lacinado type of kale. You see I've got some wind damage here. And I've got some poor struggling cilantro. It's just getting too much shade by these oversized, beautiful conical cabbages, which is, hey, I'm fine with that because I've got cilantro growing everywhere. And as you can see, I do grow quite intensely. It's a bio-intensive type of planting, and it helps keep your soil shaded and nice and moist, and it works wonderful, as you can see. But you do have a few little guys here that may get shaded, which is fine. I'm fine with that. And I've got some bull's blood beets coming here. You can see they're getting ready soon. And this is some so Texas early white onions I have going. Didn't get, just a little bit too crazy busy this year, so didn't quite get to my onions and garlic like I wanted to this year, but hey, that's life, right? So, as you can see, so I've got lots of calendula. This is officinalis calendula. This is a, what are you called? It'll come to me here in a minute. But that is another type of calendula. And I'll pan my parsley bed is what I'm calling it at this point. And you can see some tulsi that I let go to seed. It's the Kapoor tulsi. So I'm going to have tulsi like all throughout this bed, which is fine. But this is for me and my girls. But I'm going to be taking this out here real soon and leaving maybe a bunch kind of right in here to seed. And then I'll just kind of switch around here very quickly. And this is a Waltham broccoli that's coming up, very nice. And this is the Wild Rocket arugula. And this is red Russian kale here. And then I have this guy here. This is actually really delicious green. This is Herba Stella, and it does really well here in the winter months and in spring, and it's very mild and very tasty. And you could cook it, you can put it in smoothies, you can put it in salads. It has a very succulent texture to it. And then you can see here I have, these are kohlrabi, the purple Vienna, and they are definitely ready. Let me see if I can get a good picture here. They're definitely, some of them are ready to harvest, so I'll be doing that later today. And this beautiful is a type of Asian green, and it's called Mibuna, early Mibuna. And you can see it has a very nice kind of an arching structure to it, but it is also very tasty. And as you can see, I have quite a few of my Asian greens are starting to bolt here. They're getting some flower heads on them, so I'll be harvesting and dehydrating, kind of a raw dehydration process, most of my greens, and keeping that for smoothies and whatnot throughout the summer months. And then I've got all kinds of different lettuces that I've been harvesting here. So I usually harvest just outer leaves, but they're just going gangbusters, so I will be taking these guys out in heads and eating them. We've been eating them every single day, so I've got lots of work to do here. And then here's some more calendula, and I did harvest some things here that I need to replace. And here's some more lettuce. This is the beautiful Merlot lettuce, just gorgeous color. And some more machi, and I have some chives coming up here. I think these are the regular chives. Some romaine. And then you can see this, oh, I forgot my cauliflower. Yay! So that's dinner tonight. Yum. So he's coming up, but quite large. Quite a big guy. Beautiful. And then this guy, they call this buttoning, so it buttoned, but and that's just from the heat and cold cycle that we've been having. It can cause this, excuse me. And so you could still eat this. I might still go ahead and eat this. I'm just debating if I want to let it go to seed or flour basically for the bees and stuff. So more to come on that. And then again I have a romaine, and then this is a a very delicious lettuce here. I think that's a Hungarian pink. And then here I have the red streaks Mizuna, which is also starting to bolt. And you know, folks, I am perfectly fine with bolting. The bees absolutely adore brassicas and the flowers here. And then you could also eat the flowers. You can eat these flowers, put them in salads, or you can continue to eat the greens. They might become, over time, a little bit bitter, or in this case, this is a purple Mizuna, and it will get super spicy. So it's a little beyond the spice flavor that I like, but some people may really, really like it. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave that for the bees. And then I just remembered the name of this, let me see if I can get a better picture here again, of this flower. It's a type of calendula. I'll go back to the front, I guess. Those were better shot here. So you can see, so that's called Oopsie Daisy. Kind of a cute name for a calendula flower. And then we're going to head on over here. Sorry about the shadow. So this is so that was bed 1. Bed 2, the parsley bed. And bed 3. And here's my goji berry that just decided to just take off sometime. I think it was early last year, and I just let the thing go. It's growing in the ground, and yep, there's some more of that mustard weed there. That'll be all coming out. And this bed here, I'm going to be amending this here real soon. Yeah, you can just tell like the weeds are just going nuts. But that's, hey, again, not a problem, because the weeds actually bring some nutrition into your soil as long as it doesn't go to seed. I will be taking this out and amending this my usual, and I'll be growing some summer crops in here. So I just left that open and available. Then I've got tons of different types of, let's see here, beets here, and I don't know if we can get in here so you can see some of these beauties here. So I have the golden beets. Yep, it's not focusing, but I've got golden beets. I've got some more of the bullflood beet in here. I've got, I think this one's mostly the golden, but I just have that. Then I've got, again, here's some more of the red streaks Mizuna. I've got some cilantro going on in here. I have tons of turnips going here, and I think these are the pink Ono, or pink, yep, pink Ono. And then some more of my fennel, and here is some more of the Herba Stella, which again, I adore this, and it makes, when it goes to seed, it's actually very, very beautiful. I think I've got some photos of it on my blog if you want to check that out. I've got some more romaine kind of tucked in here, and some more cabbages, and this one here is a Dutch type of cabbage. I think it might be even called Giant Dutch. But you can see he's in the process there of heading. And here's again some more fennel, and then another red streaks Mizuna, and then that baby. This is Snowball. And everything that I have growing in here in my beds are all grown from seed that I started here. And they are all either heirloom varieties or open pollinated varieties. And I just harvested some broccoli and some other things just the other day, so I've got to fill that bad boy up again. And we'll head on over here. And this is a type of collard green here that I've got going. Looks like he's almost wanting to start bolting, and yep, and that's fine. And this beauty here, it's a monster. And let me see if I can pronounce this here. It is a French variety, and it is called Aubervilliers, and it is a giant cabbage here that is doing wonderful. You see it's starting to try to head here. And I've got several garlics going on. I've got orange sun pansies going here. And this beauty here is another type of herb, another great companion herb, and it's called salad burnet, and it has kind of a cucumber kind of flavor, so it's wonderful in salads. Yeah, and that cabbage there is basically a long day cabbage, and it was an experiment for me, and you can tell it's a very, very large, you have to pardon the airplanes, but it's a very large cabbage, and a late cabbage, so when I'm going to try it again in the fall, and I think it's going to do much better with heading as the days are growing shorter in the fall versus the days lengthening. So we will try that. And then I have, this is a Kyoto red carrot. It's a volunteer that popped up. And the garlic here, I believe this garlic is, let me see here. As you can tell, I had a sign in here somewhere, but it'll come to me too here in a few minutes. And then I'm growing some dandelion here, and the flowers are just, they're so wonderful, not only for the bees I absolutely adore them, but these are great in smoothies. And then the flowers are wonderful to make like tinctures out of, and different lotions and things like that. Then I have a little, all by himself. Let me get a better shot here. This is a German winter thyme, and he's doing wonderful here. Smells good. And we'll come over here. So this is, let's see again. We got bed 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is bed 5 now. So you can see I have some more of this lacinato type of kale, but it's a purple kale. And then I have here some more of the wild rocket arugula that's going to seed, and or flower I should say, then to seed, but it's going to go kind of nuts here, and I don't mind because it's going to put all kinds of new volunteers up in the fall time. And here is a poor little broccoli guy. Got him in kind of late, and he got way too shaded, so I'm going to be taking him out here real soon. And then here's some more shallots. So I have a French gray, and that's what these are. It's an old heirloom variety, very rare. And then I also have the red, kind of your standard shallots. But I do have some Swiss chards, and these ones here were taken down twice by squirrels. So this is their attempt to come back for the 3rd time, and that's fine. And I got some more machi in here, and I like to take the machi seeds and just toss them in at the beginning of the winter months. And then, this is one of my favorites. This here is a type of kale, and this is a dwarf Siberian kale, and it is so tender and mild and delicious, and as you can see, it's quite prolific. This is a wonderful, wonderful plant. And then I've got some more turnips going on here. Here's some more lettuces, and this is a beautiful one. You can see it's real dusty though. I need to wash these off. But this is it's a pointy. It's a red. I think it's a red deer ear lettuce, which is kind of cool. It's an old heirloom variety. And then I have freckles here, and then you can see I have more chervil going on. And then I also have more calendula kind of growing, and I pardon my shadow as I come around. Some more calendula, and then I have Laura. This is another pansy variety, very pretty. It's very dark purple. And I have some more turnips growing here. I think this is Tokyo Market. And I have all kinds of different radishes growing. Here's some more garlic. I've got 2 more different varieties here. One is Lore's, I know for sure. The other one is, sorry, it's It's escaping me right at the moment. I've got my notes all in the house. Here's some more Kyoto red carrots. And these are actually an experiment that seem to be doing wonderful right now. I don't know. Most of you know that I start my all my seeds in soil blocks that I create. I've been doing that for, gosh, I want to say over 6 years now, and introduced it to our area here in Las Vegas to several people, and they're having wonderful success with it. And so I decided, well, let me try some experiments here with the carrot, and it is doing wonderful. I sowed those in blocks and put them down, and it provided me the right spacing. It wasn't any much more problem to do that. In fact, I think it was easier because I didn't have to thin like 1,001 different carrots out of there, so it kind of made my life a little bit easier. And then here's another one of the Aubervilliers cabbages, and you can see this one is heading up really, really, really nice. So I can't wait, and I love the texture on this cabbage. So once it is ready, I'll be eating, and sharing actually my cabbages and stuff with my girls, my ducks out here, my garden ducks, and they're kind of sleeping right now, so I'm not going to bother them. But pretty much that's what I have growing on here today, folks. A lot of this is getting harvested here over the next couple of weeks, and then I will be doing my summer crops and starting in those. So I've got tons of soil blocks going on in the house here. And let me see if I can come back up here. And I just wanted to show you too that I just now potted up a couple of roses. And again, I'm going to probably get it okay. Actually, I did pretty good there. Oops, I'm like tripping. But these are old cemetery varieties of roses, so I'm really excited. This is called Magna Charta, and she's got some blooms on her, so woohoo! Can't wait. They're ultimately going to go into my garden, into the duck area, and I could show you that here real quick. We're kind of in the process of doing that. And then we have Lorraine, which is another old cemetery variety, and both are supposed to be super heavenly. So I'm super excited about that, and I'll just, you can see, sorry again for the shadows, but this is my Bartlett pear, and she's still asleep. Hasn't woken up yet. Come on, come on. But I've got a ton of volunteer carrots going on down there, so that's kind of cool. And then this is my 2-in-1 Flavor Grenade on the right and Flavor Supreme on the left. So you can see they're doing wonderful here. And so, yeah, I know, weeds everywhere, but hey, that's our life, right? So I'm going to be having some new flower beds all in here. So lots of flowers going on in there. Some flowers going on here. Eventually I'm going to have my greenhouse kind of right in this area. I'm going to have an arch kind of here at the entryway coming in. Probably have some climbing roses and some different climbing flowers there. There's the duck house with the girls, and we are now in the process of building their duck run, so they can stretch their legs in much more safety. So let's put it that way, but they're enjoying themselves a lot. So folks, that's a little bit of my future notes there on my happenings in the garden. And yeah, more weeds, but hey, you know what? It is not a problem here because we take care of it with no chemicals and no sprays, no synthetics. I don't use anything like that in my gardens. I don't even use organic pesticides and stuff, so I do grow beyond organic. And it's to me the only way to grow. So thank you again, folks, for coming with me through my tour, and I will chat at you real soon. So happy growing.